friends, we are going to make another circle journal. I am making this for a friend and she has a son. So I'm going to make it so that she can save memories of her son when he was young. What's going on there? Houston, we have a problem. I don't know what is going on with my poor punch. Should be fine. Well, I'm going to cut this one out by hand the rest of the way, and then I'll see if I can get my hole or my circle punch to work correctly. That was so weird. All right, let's try it again, friends. Wish me luck. Maybe I'll pop it in this way and see. I like being able to see through the bottom. I don't trust it. Okay, I think we're okay. All right, here we go. Let's try it. Let's see what happens, friends. Oh, it was perfectly fine that time. I don't know what's going on with that. So at any rate, friends, we went to the aquarium and it was fun. And so we were all together. So I was able to get some pictures of her son. Some of the ones I got were dark. So, geez, how do you do these? Why don't they make the top clear so you can see where you're cutting? I don't know. Anyway, that worked fine. Okay. All right, so friends, you don't need to watch me do this, but basically what I'm doing here is I'm cutting the circles. And then I'm going to go ahead and cut some cardstock and put back the photo with cardstock. All right, friends, I have cut out the pictures and then I printed some out also on my printer. All of them are aquarium themed except for 4, and that's fine. We'll just work those in. That's not a big deal. So I grabbed my scrap paper folder and I figured since I was going to be punching some more circles, I would just look through here and see if I had anything that I wanted to use up. Like this is perfect. It says seashells, waves, stuff like that. It's not super thick, but I think it could be cute. So I'm going to go ahead and just cut a bunch of this out. Well, I hope that one will cut all the way. Find out. Yep, it did, thankfully. Whew. It's caught. This circle punch is brand new. There's no way it should be dull and catching. I'm not sure what's going on with that. If you guys know if it's something I'm doing wrong, let me know. Or if they do get dull pretty quickly. I would be surprised though. I'm just cleaning up these edges. Okay, so we got 3 of those. The rest of that we'll use for something else because it's too small for the circles. And then I think this blue would be great. I wonder if this will give us one. Let's see. Oh, I don't know. I better flip it upside down. Oh, it will. Wow, I'm surprised. Okay. Well, let's see. How did we do on that one? Okay, there's a little edge missing, so I don't know if we can use that or not, but we'll keep it just in case I use it just for something firm and then back something on both sides. We'll see. All right, so I can pretty much get rid of this. There we go. All right, and then I think this would be great. This is like from a notebook. So let's go ahead and use that. From a folder, I should say. I think I counted that I needed like 12 or something. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't know if I should count the paper ones, but if we do 6, 7, 8. So yeah, let's use let's use this. These are great. They're nice and thick and they're blue. Fantastic. All right. I like the thickness of this. I wonder. It's kind of cool. It's got the ocean waves on the back. Let's see what that would look like. That's pretty cool. I don't know if it would be hard to write on. You know, let's just do it. We'll have it, and then, you know, we can always use it for something else, right? Uh-oh. I don't know if it went all the way through. Let's see. Got it almost all the way through. There we go. Okay. All right, let me see if there's any other blues in here that I might use. So I was thinking, let's maybe do the easy part first, which will be just simply gluing the pictures and gluing the bird and the fish pictures together, you know, and that's be like just a little decorative piece inside. I do think we should make it triple ply, otherwise it's going to be, look how flexible it is. So let's do that. Let me see if I need to punch out. Yeah, it's not big enough. Okay. We'll use some of what we punched out to do that. Let me see how it would be with this. Still, so let's use the blue. We'll use this because this is pretty stiff. Yeah, that's pretty good. Okay, let's do that. I made one of these a little bit ago, actually pretty recently, and I wanted to mention to you that this project is inspired by my friend Kari at Kari Gibson Art. She makes circle journals, and she makes the most beautiful circle journals. She adds so many elements, and honestly, if I had more time, I would, but I am making this as a gift. And so I'm just going to keep it simple because I have many handmade gifts that I want to make. And to be honest, I should have started these projects earlier. And you know, time just gets away. I mean, I know that's a terrible excuse, but it just seems like that. So next year I need to do a better job of starting my handmade gifts much earlier if I can. I figure we'll just do pictures on these because she doesn't really need to journal about the fish or the birds. You know, they'll just be, like I said, a little decorative piece in between the meaningful photos. And we're just going to set that aside and let that dry. I'll go ahead and do the rest of these off camera. Alright friends, so there are a couple that, for whatever reason, I thought I had printed them out large enough, and I didn't. So you can see there's a little bit of the white edges. So what I did was, I think there was 3 of them total. So I went ahead and went around it with my decorative scissors, and I'm going to do that again on this one here. I'm hoping my glue is dry. Yeah, it's not that dry. I'll go back to that. I'm going to let that dry a little bit longer. So while that's drying, I'm going to go ahead and hit the edge of this with some ink. And I think that's going to look pretty cool. And then I can mat that. Yeah, that looks actually really good. I'm glad I did that. So that's going to be the plan for this one too, but I've got to give it more time to dry. And then this one over here, I trimmed it. Let me bring it over. I trimmed it, but I didn't even consider inking it. So I'm gonna go ahead and do a little bit of inking on this one now. And I'm gonna hit it with black just to see what happens. There we go, okay. All right, friends, I thought I was recording when I was telling you something just a second ago, but I wasn't. So what I was telling you and showing you was that there was a few photographs that didn't print out in a perfect circle. I shouldn't say print out. I didn't print them out big enough, so I couldn't get a perfect circle. So I went around the edges with these scissors, and then I inked around it. So I think it turned out pretty cool looking. And that only happened to a few of them. Now, this one was perfectly fine, but I just wanted to show you I inked around it. And then this one was one of them that I had to use the scissors on, and then I inked around it, and now I'm going to go ahead and mat it to one of these boards. So here's a bright blue one, and here's a darker one, and I think I like it on that one. Now my other option is I could do it on this blue one, but I don't think that looks as good. Yeah, I think I'm going to go with this one. Yep, that's what we're going to do. So at any rate, I wanted to show you that. And then I was working on getting this one cut with my special scissors, but I think the glue wasn't dry, so it was giving me a super hard time. There, it did much better. I gave it a few more minutes to dry, and that looks much better. So we'll go ahead and ink this. And it's okay that it's not a perfect circle. It's got the jagged edges, so I think that sort of, you know, plays it up a little bit, and then I can sort of go in certain areas with a little extra ink and make it look more like a perfect circle. And then this one will look really cute on that, I think. So I think that's going to be the plan. So I'll go ahead and get these glued. Okay, I'm getting ready to work on the ones that we want to provide journaling space on for her. So I've grabbed some cardstock, and we'll be just punching out some more circles with cardstock. I'm going to start on some of the embellishing part. And so on this side we've got fish and sea anemone. And then on this side was the album. That was a piece of an album cover. So we're going to go ahead and lay a little a little material here. And I'm thinking, and this is just for a little bit of texture in the project, just to provide a little more interest as she's flipping through it. So we're going to obviously use 3-in-1 or Fabri-Tac here. It's okay if the corners stick up. That adds a little bit of texture and interest, so I am not too concerned about that. So that's soaking through a little bit. So we're going to let that dry, and then I can always embellish it with a little something if we need to. I didn't even think about that being, you know what, maybe I could pull that off. Yeah, because I'm not going to be happy with that looking like that. So I need to think about, I think what I'm thinking is I will cut around it a little bit tighter, maybe. It doesn't hurt us to try. And then just put the glue on the back on the blue part. Let's give it a try. Alright, maybe like that. Let's see. Let's check it out. What do you think? No, I don't like it. That looks terrible. So I could use one of these and then just cut it out round again, but only glue it on the blue part. All right, that looks so much better. I'm so much happier with that. And I do believe that that provides interest, and I think that came together much more nicely. Friends, I think I've got this in the order that I want. Well, I'm pretty sure that I've got it in the order that I want. I've decided that we're going to use jute. It's pretty wide, and so the rings that I have are not big enough to be able to handle putting all of these pages in there and then being able to flip it. So we're going to go ahead and use the jute. We have a choice. We can do it like one in the top like we did before, or we can do two in the sides and have it flip like this. And so that would be a little bit different than we did before, but I also think that it could make it a little more uncomfortable because then you're dealing with two rings instead of just one. One kind of keeps it simple. So maybe to keep it simple, let's stick with the one, especially because it's a pretty good size. I don't know how many little circles we have going on here, but it's a pretty decent size for a little circle journal. So I think we'll keep it simple. Let's not complicate it. So let's move forward. I'm going to go ahead and today I'm not going to use brads. I'm going to go ahead and use the hole punch. Not for any particular reason, just feel like that's what I want to do. I do not want to put a hole punch on that little seahorse. Yeah, I think we're okay. Yeah, we're good. Okay. All right, so that's about what we're going to do there. And actually, it might be smart if I do them all in the same level down. I don't know if that will make a difference or not, but it'll keep it looking uniform, if nothing else. I guess I could mark them. It might be easier than trying to hold two at a time, right? All right, I'll go ahead and mark them, you guys. And actually, let me move this out of the way. Let me grab this and do it like that. do it with yellow so it doesn't show up too much. Oh, it's not showing up nearly enough even for me though, so maybe yellow isn't the best choice. Let's go ahead and try blue. Let's see what happens. Oh goodness, that's not showing up either. Hold on, let me try this. There we go. I'll just do a ballpoint pen. That'll work. Yeah, that'll work. Okay. You know what? I know it seems it would be most efficient to just draw all the circles and then do all of the punching. That would definitely be more efficient. But I'm afraid if I do that and I have these laying around, they're all gonna end up out of order. But I guess, okay, here's what I'll do. Let me put my organized thinking cap on here. There we go. We'll just do it like that. All right. So some of these, you know, if like I don't want to put a hole punch on someone's hair, then obviously I'm going to scooch it over and it'll lean a little bit, but who cares? That's the part of the character of the journal, right? We're not going to worry about that sort of thing. This one we're going to have to put over to the side because I do not want that to be in the wrong spot at all. He's such a little cutie pie. This one I think I'll go this way. So they're not all like leaning in one direction. The ones with the fabric are going to be tough. So just know that going in, if you guys make these and you intend to use fabric, just know that it's hard to get the fabric through the hole punch. And the crocodile, you know what? I'll use my crocodile for those. I think it'll do a better job of it, so we'll have this handy for those ones. As a matter of fact, let me try it for these two just because these are thick. Yeah, it was easier to punch through. It's not as big of a hole, so I have to make sure I get it right, otherwise it won't get rid of the pen mark that I made. But if I set it on there perfectly, it's like you can't even, I can see it because I'm looking for it, but if I wasn't looking for it, I wouldn't see it. And look what a good job it did through that fabric. It was much easier. Alright, we got all of the holes punched. Now we are going to go ahead and thread it onto this thread. Well, it's jute, not thread. But you guys know what I mean. So I'm going to start in the back and just thread them right on. Okay, we got them all on. Now we are going to go ahead and tie this together. Sorry about the shadows, you guys. I do have my ring light, but because I record with my giant camera, I can't quite fit it over my giant camera. Well, I can't say that that's completely true. I haven't tried to fit it over my giant camera because I don't think it would work because I've got the legs. Okay, hold on. Let me show you guys what I have. Not that you care, you're not watching this video for me to tell you about my equipment issues. So if you guys, whoops, if I do that, okay, there. So these are the legs, right? So when you're working with an actual, your camera on your phone, you can fit it right into the ring light. It's no problem because it attaches right to it. But since I work with my big camera, and I do that because it's way faster for me to download, because I actually edit my videos. I edit them a lot, and so it's easier for me to download from the SD card to my computer to do the editing and then upload. It sounds long, but it actually makes everything a lot faster because everything processes much more quickly than just using my phone. So that is why I can't get my ring light over these. So, and I really don't want to record with my phone. I really don't want to do that. It makes editing so much slower. So at any rate, friends, let's go ahead and trim this. Ooh, you know what? Do we want to add something to it, like a dangle or something? Well, if I do, I could do it here. Ooh, that is making me think maybe we do want to add a fun little dangle, but that's got nothing to do with this excess. I just didn't know if I wanted to add something to this excess, but I don't think I do. We'll leave just, is there a reason to leave any excess, you guys? Let's think about this. I will do another loop just in case she wanted to hang it on something. I mean, I don't know if she would, but I don't know that she wouldn't. So if there's another loop, you can still flip through it, but it could hang on like a hook or something. So, and then if not, she can always cut that off. So let's get rid of that. So yeah, now at least it could hang. Let's flip through and then I'll decide about a dangle. No, let me decide about a dangle now. Since this is really centered around a boy, I don't want to do anything, you know, too crazy. So I have this little bulb pin. It's got a 2 green and 1 sort of almost yellow bead on it. And I was thinking about using that. It doesn't have the blues in it, but it's got like enough contrast to be interesting. So we'll go ahead and put that on there. It's very simple, which I think I really like for this particular circle journal. All right, so let's go ahead. We'll just get that little guy out of the way and let's go ahead and flip through. All right, let's have a look. It says Day at the Aquarium. Now, true confession, I got a few other pictures of this young man that were not taken at the Day at the Aquarium, and that's okay. So here we've got our little seahorse. And here we have our young man. And then this, if it's got this white here, then she can journal on that. She can journal about the day. She can journal about anything. It doesn't even have to be the day. So we have a bird. So this is one of the ones with 2 photos front and back. And then here he is again. Little journaling spot. And here he is here with his uncle. A nice little journal spot there. Here we've got the birds. And then we've got some fish. And here he is, obviously not at the aquarium, and that's okay. This is, you can see some of them have the fabric around them, and that's just for interest. A nice journal spot here. This picture's a little dark, but I included it anyway, because if you look at it close, you can see him, so. That's not so much of a journal spot, but she could turn it into one if she wanted to. This is Nick and Andrew and Amanda and me. And we were able to go with them to the aquarium, which was so much fun. Little journal spot there. Here he is with his Christmas glasses on, which is so adorable. What a cute picture. Here's some little jellyfish. And here he is posing. And here he is, not at the aquarium, but what a precious picture. And then here he is. There was this turtle standing behind him, and I just think that's such a cute picture. And then here we just have a fish and a sea anemone. Did I say it right? Anemone. I think I did. And then there's the back. And we did that earlier in the video. So this is my little Christmas gift to them, and I hope she likes it. Friends, I hope you liked it too, and just, keep in mind that it's a pretty quick, easy project to do. So if you have some Christmas gifts that you need to give and you weren't sure what to make, this is definitely something to think about. Thanks for watching. See you soon.